Mele No Lilo is a fabulous song from the Disney film Lilo and Stitch, and it features a traditional Hawaiian chant, but it's quite tricky. The tune is beautiful and really simple to learn, but the tricky bit comes with the words because we're not familiar with these kinds of words. So we're going to break it down into small chunks. Okay, we're going to do a couple of phrases at a time. So first of all, the tune goes like this. Ooh, ooh. And my hand is showing the pitch. Okay, so this is something that your teachers might show you as well to show whether a sound is higher or lower, or it could be in the middle. So that opening phrase has the words o kala kawahei noa o ke pua mai oli kala. Sounds tricky, doesn't it? But I promise if you give it a practice, you'll get there. So this is how it sounds. O kala kawaii noa. Here it is again. O kala kawaii noa. And the last bit. O ke pua mai oli kala. O ke pua mai oli kala. Here's the whole of that first phrase. O kala kawaii noa. O ke pua mai oli kala. Keep going over and over again, and I promise it will settle inside your heads. Okay? The next phrase goes like this. Ooh, ooh. Sounds very similar to the first phrase. And we have kapua maila ika mauna ike kua iwi o maune kea. Kapua maila ika mauna. Let's try that bit again. Kapua maila ika mauna. And the last bit to this phrase, ike kua iwi o maune kea. Ike kua iwi o maune kea. So from the very beginning up to there, it sounds like this. O kala kawahei noa, o ke pua mai oli kala. Kapua maila ika mauna, ike kua iwi o maune kea. The next phrase is probably the trickiest bit in the whole thing, and it sounds like this. Again, you can oo or la the tune if it's easier. The words ke a maila I kilauea. So it sounds ke a maila I kilauea. Try that again. Ke a maila I kilauea. And the last part of this phrase. Malama lama I waine kapu. Malama lama I waine kapu. So that whole phrase, ke a maila I kilauea. Malama lama I waine kapu. And now we're almost at the end of this first section. We have are akaluna o uweka huna ikapali kapu kapaea. And it sounds like this. Akaluna o uweka huna ikapali kapu kapaea. So here's that phrase again. Akaluna o uweka huna ikapali kapu. Almost at the end of the first section. Finally, we go. Hey, my ke ali ki amano. that last bit again. Oh, kalau kawaii noa. That's the very end of the first section. And if you've managed that, you have done absolutely brilliantly. And it means that you can tackle the rest of it. So we'll have a look at section 2 and section 3 in a little while. Okay, section 2 from Lilo and Stitch. So if you manage the first section okay, I promise these last 2 sections are going to be so much easier, okay? So this second section goes a tiny bit higher than we were at the start. So we now got O kala kawaii noa. Sounds very familiar? We've had that before. So let's try it together. O kala kawaii noa. Oke pua mai oli kala. Same as what we've had before, so that's familiar. The next bit. Kapua mai la ika mauna. Ike kua iwi o manekea. Again, we've had that bit before, so that's familiar as well. But let's just sing that through once more together so we've got it really clear. O kala kawaii noa, oke pua mai oli kala. Kapua mai la ika mauna, ike kua iwi o manekea. Now, something exciting happens for this next phrase because it goes a little bit higher. It goes from there and it goes to there. It goes up a semitone. So we need to stand really tall so that we can do this next bit. And this bit is probably my favourite bit of the whole thing. And the tune goes... Sounds familiar, doesn't it? So, Kea maila ikilauea. Kea maila ukilauea. And the next bit. Mala mala maiwine kapu. Again, we've had that before, so that's another bit that we've already tackled. The next bit. Akaluna yo ekauna. Ikapali kapu okapaya. Again, we've had that bit before as well. So all of this second section are made up of little bits that we've tackled in the opening section. So if you manage the first bit, you can definitely manage this second section. So why not give it a try? And remember, if you can't get all the words, it doesn't matter. You can always ooh or la it, or you can have a go at putting some of the rhythms in underneath if you listen really carefully and make it sound really percussive underneath. And we can tackle that in one of our follow-up sessions, okay? Okay, we're on to section 3 of our Lilo and Stitch song, and if you've made it this far, you can definitely finish it off, okay? This section is the highest one of the 3, and it starts up here. So to get there, we need to make sure we're sitting up nice and straight, or we're standing really tall, okay? And this is how the tune goes. We're just going to lift the tops of our heads off. We're going to go, ooh. Okay? Now the words, ea mai kea lii kia manu, ua wei ka hulu om ka mamo. So it sounds like this. Ea mai kea lii ka manu, ua wei ka hulu ka mano. So it's a little bit tricky, but if you've managed the first 2 sections, you can do this one. Okay? The next bit. Listen again. And then we're going to go. Again, we're going to lift the tops of our heads off. And that is the entire song. So if if you've managed all 3 sections singing it, well done. Give yourselves a massive pat on the back, okay? Because it's a tricky one, but once you've got your mouth around the words, it can sing it really, really well. Now, if you are struggling with the words, remember you can ooh and la your way through it because it is such a beautiful tune. You can still sing it even without the words, just la and ooh. Okay, so that last section would sound ooh, 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 and you will have learned a fabulous Hawaiian traditional song. If you've managed it all the way through and you want to make it sound even more fabulous, or you fancy a different idea, you can have a go and put in some of the percussion in underneath. You could clap it, or you could use any of the percussion that you've got lying around. And you could go... So that's how the pattern sounds underneath, but you could just go. So that would fit with, oh, kalakawe noa. So it would go,